guys, welcome back to a new video, to a Sims video. So yeah, today we're making Totally Spies, all three of the main girly pops. And I'm starting off with Sam. So while we're here, let me tell you a little bit about her. She is according to Totally Spies wiki, Sam is a resourceful, smart, loyal, loving, and sweet girl who can become highly jealous in a short period of time. She has great leadership skills and is highly respected by her friends. So yeah, Sam is my favorite. So you're gonna see that she's the most accurate girly pop of all. I mean, the ginger hair is a dead giveaway, I believe. So yeah, I've always wanted to grow up and be exactly like Sam. And now that I'm grown and am still growing, I've realized I'm a lot more like Clover and a little less like Sam. For a period of time, I have been a little bit like Alex as well, except that didn't really last for too long. Yeah, and I've always wanted to be Sam, I guess, in the sense that, like, I find her really attractive, which is really weird for me to say, but then again, I've called my own sim attractive, so, which if you haven't seen that video, go watch the one tile challenge video. I think that's a really funny video of mine for the Sims at least. And if you'll notice, the hair that I use here is not entirely the same as what she has. My entire thought process was, okay, I'm just gonna get a half pony and see if that's gonna work, see if it's gonna resemble a little bit of who she is or how her character looks. And I did exactly that. And then later on you'll see that you'll have noticed in the thumbnail that I did end up changing the hairstyles for all three girls except for Clover, because I did not like the custom content of the Clover hair that I did find. Which the three hairs, by the way, are by Josh Sao. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce that, but I'll put it up on the screen, and I'll link the CC down below as well. And then, like nearly a week later, I find CC for Totally Spies. I can't remember who, but they did make a different version of Clover's hair. So yeah, I ended up downloading that version and using that on Clover, which you don't see because I downloaded that this morning only. So, and it's been a week since I recorded this video. I don't have a screenshot of it either. Yeah, I ended up using that version instead of Josh's, which I will link both of those down below in the description box. I won't be posting any lookbooks for this just because. So anyway, the makeup that I did for Sam, I did it pretty light because I thought, like, in my head, or how I've always viewed her is someone who went a little bit more natural or like a little bit more soft glam, whereas Clover would be high glam or bold glam, the filter on TikTok. So I tried to make her look a little bit more natural, more on the natural side. I tried to put in lipstick that was a little bit more towards her lip color. And so yeah, anyway, for the outfits, I got inspiration off of Pinterest, so I just took inspiration from that and tried my best to make it look the same or similar. And yeah, you'll see me switching back and forth from my screen for a lot of the time in this video. You'll also probably see a snippet of The Walking Dead, because I was watching season, I think by this point I got to season 7, episode 1. And if you haven't watched it, spoilers, I had to stop. I had to stop my game because at some point Glenn dies, and I was just like in shock, which, like, I knew he was gonna die. I knew he was gonna die, but I was still so shocked because I didn't think he would die in that way. I didn't think his head would be smashed in. I just thought, like, he would turn, or I don't know. Because also in season 6, he was barely in season 6, and I love my Glenny. I love my Glenny pop, my Glenny babes. Anyway, back to the video, back to Totally Spies. Where am I? Well, oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I don't really have much to say because I'm still on Sam and I've said everything that I needed to say. Um, but yeah, you'll be getting a lot of cast videos for this month or the next few months, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I've been enjoying CAS a lot more. When I downloaded The Sims, I had originally wanted to just do builds. I didn't want to do any gameplay. I didn't want to do anything about. I didn't want to do anything with CAS, creating a sim. But I don't know. I've been really enjoying creating a sim this past month. This whole May, I've that's all I've been doing, creating a sim. That's why I'm like taking a break from builds, except after recording this Totally Spies cast, I started recording a video, a speed build for the Totally Spies house, which is I think based off of Sam's house in Beverly Hills. Not entirely sure, but yeah, I'm currently working on that. Haven't worked on it in the past 4 days because I hate doing really big builds. I was supposed to do the Love Island USA Villa season 6. I was like halfway done, and then I got a PC, and then I just deleted the EA app from my MacBook and gave up on life, I guess. Anyhow, we've now moved on to Alex. I tried my absolute best to shade match her. In my eyes, she's always been an ethnic girly. She's always been a brown skinned girly. I know some people out there gave her like white features. I've seen a couple YouTube videos, but in my eyes, she's an ethnic girly, and I did my absolute best to give her ethnic features, whether that meant Asian eyes or whatever. I don't really know what ethnicity. I know canonically she's a I think she's South Asian or Southeast Asian, but also it was mentioned in the later, I think in Totally Spies wiki, they mentioned that she has a dark skinned mom, and I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I watched all seasons, to be honest. Anyway, let me describe Alex to you according to Totally Spies wiki again. So Alex is a mixture between a tomboy and a girly girl. She's the most athletic and fitness-minded spy of the team. She loves to play sports, especially soccer, video games, and is always trying out some new fad diet. She's also the most naive and absent-minded. This could be due to her being the seemingly youngest member of the group. She interrupts some figures of speech literally. She interprets some figures of speech literally. Oh my god, I can't read. Anyway, so yeah, in that sense, I think she is. I think someone described her as childish. I can't remember. I don't know if I read that. I don't know if I heard that in a video, but yeah, she is the youngest, and therefore she is the least experienced with life. um, the entire time I was making her, actually, I had my sister in mind because my sister and I don't know if anybody else does this, but my sister and I, every time we watch a movie that we like or a TV show that we like, we assign ourselves as a specific character. In Barbie movies, I was always Barbie, and she was always the other girl with the brown hair. I was always the extremely white, blonde girl. And so for Totally Spies, I was Sam and she was Alex, and I don't know, I just had her in mind the whole time. I was thinking of my sister, and so I don't know. For some of the fashion choices, I did like, yeah, I chose to, what do you call this? I got inspiration from Pinterest, but I also thought, would my sister wear this if she were Alex, you know? So yeah, anyway, I know a lot of people because like, yeah, she is described as a little bit of a tomboy. I know a lot of people made her look a little bit more, or interpreted her more as a little less of a girly girl, and didn't like wearing dresses and didn't really put on makeup. Honestly, that's not the case for me. For me, which is why I gave her more makeup than I did Sam, because I think she is the second most girly pop, because she was more obsessed with boys than Sam was, and she was I don't know, a little bit more into fashion than Sam was too, which now I'm reading Totally Spies wiki, and it says, despite being the most athletic, she tends to be clumsy and has been prone to bad luck. Alex is also the second girliest. She's very concerned about fashion and boys to the same extremes as Clover, an obsession that Sam has trouble understanding, which now confirms my theory. Was it a theory? Was it just like an opinion, a thought, a process? I don't know. I'm speaking a little too fast for my liking. So anyway, if you notice that I gave her a tattoo and I did give her a nose piercing, it's because I think she would. I think she would if she were old enough in the cartoons and if she were a real person. I think she would. I think she'd be that type of person because again, she's not as girly as Clover, but I think she would be that type of person. I don't know. I don't know why. It's just a thought because I do have because like I don't think Sam would do it. Sam is a little bit too much of someone who follows the rules, and Clover is someone who likes the way that she looks already and doesn't want to change anything about it. And so I think Alex would be the person to do that. I think she is. I don't know. I think she is. Well, really, that's the only thought I have. I think she is. So yeah, right now I'm just like fixing up her makeup, making sure it matches her skin tone and everything. And if you notice, I do have a G shade on preset on, but um forgive me, in most of my videos that you'll see me do a cast, my G shade is always different. I was just trying to get it right. My MXAO was just not working and I was just figuring things out. Anyway, so I'm fixing up her hair because when I saw her full outfit, I didn't exactly like the way that it looked together. And then I went back to Sam because I realized I didn't give her the Totally Spies suit. And then for Sam, because I'm someone when I create a sim, I don't like using the same hairstyles over and over again. So I gave Sam a ponytail instead of a half updo. And yeah, and then I did the same thing for Alex, where I just gave her the suit and picked out a different hairstyle. So now we move on to Clover. So now we move on to Clover. Of the three, Clover's the one who acts like the most stereotypical teenage girl, obsessed with fashion, falling in love with boys, and her appearance. Clover is the most girly and flirtatious of the main group. An She's known to have had an abundance of boyfriends and will do anything to get a guy. In almost all the episodes, while she's on a mission, she was always talking about a guy she wants to date or talking about an outfit she's going to wear on a date. In that sense, yes, I'm a little bit like Clover in that sense because I am, like when I was younger, I would always develop a crush on someone. And even up to now, I would develop crushes on people, but it's mostly with celebrities and and public figures just because I like unattainable people. People who don't know I exist, people who I know won't hurt my feelings. Oh, I think we got a little too dark there. So yeah, anyway, I'm like her in that sense, and I'm also very into fashion, even if I am a basic bitch. Even if I do just most of the time wear jeans and the most overdressed top that I could find and make it casual. So yeah, I'm like her in that sense. I don't know why, but when I was making Clover, she went a little she went and looked a little bit too old. I don't know if it was the bob. I don't know if it was the skin texture, the skin overlay that I used. I don't know if it was the eyes. I don't know if it was the nose, but she looked old. Maybe it was the outfit that I chose, but that was the best outfit that I could find on Pinterest. It's also an outfit that I would wear even to work. I would wear that to work, honestly. Actually, I did wear that to work once. Anyway, so I don't know why she looks older. I did try to fix up her face shape. I think I tried to fix up her eyes, make them bigger. I don't know. I think it was the hair. I think the hair was a little too flat. Maybe I should have chosen a more voluminous hairstyle. This is my favorite outfit of hers actually. The red one shoulder and the black trousers. That's my favorite. And I think it's my favorite because I would wear that and I did wear that, which I've already mentioned. So, like, anyway, I'm just gonna talk about random things now. Totally Spies, if you were to ask me, is one of my favorite cartoons growing up. I grew up with Totally Spies, and Kim Possible, and it's no wonder that Black Widow from Marvel is my favorite, honestly, because and Yelena, I love Yelena so much. Oh my gosh, because it's just they remind me so much of the girls that I grew up with, the girly pops that I love, the cartoon characters that I want to be. um, yeah, Kim Possible and Totally Spies were my favorite, and still are, honestly, because sometimes I find myself wanting to watch those TV shows over and over again. I think the last time I watched Totally Spies was a couple of years ago, but Netflix only has one season. Netflix Philippines only has one season, and I'm so upset about that. And I don't like having to exit all these ads from 123 Movies or any other website like that. Um, so yeah, these girls are all of my creatives and characters are never gonna be posted on the gallery because I do use CC. If I ever do a video, a challenge where I do create a sim without CC, then that person will be up on the gallery. But these all of my other sims will not because I want to respect the custom content creators, and if you do want to know where I get things, I do usually get from the same people. So Dog Sales, Sentate, Aretha P, all those other people I usually get from the same, and I do post a couple of their lookbooks with the links to their Patreon or their Tumblr page, and so that you could also go ahead and check them out. But I never include the actual files because there was a time where I downloaded a sim and it had a paid item, and I didn't know at the time that it was a paid item, and so I've since deleted it because it didn't feel right to use that for free. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. These are the girly pops. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I didn't well. Let me know if I did well. Let me know if there's any other characters you guys would like me to recreate. My sister wants me to recreate My Little Pony, and I have been binge watching the entire show on Netflix for the past 2 days. So I am nearly 30 and watching My Little Pony. So I hope that makes you happy. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Bye.